Welcome back, Patriots. Here's a fun fact. Here's the £100 million London mansion of the new Supreme Leader, the new hominy. Keir Starmer, why aren't you seizing it just like you did to Russian properties? Now, I want to make a point. Before anybody calls me racist, I want you to know that in the 70s, I had workshops in East London, and I let my best friend use part of that, and his name was Mohammed. And we had a local Pakistani sweatshop that made me a beautiful soft leather coat for nothing, for free, because they were friends. We were like a family. There was no problem then. I can't even remember Muslim being mentioned. These people were from our old colonies and brought up under our culture. There was no problem with them. It's not about Muslim, it's about Islamists, the Islamics. That is a difference. The old Muslims that came here from our colonies originally were fine people. So let's understand that. But we are now being colonized by Islamics, and that's got to stop. And I'll show you. Guy got 180 days for raping little girls from 4 to 9. 180. He should have had years. Now, you can't say that. I mean, this is just goes on and on and on. Their culture is not compatible. We can't have them here. There's no doubt about it. And nobody is, mainstream media is just not covering any of this. I don't know how people are actually coming up with some of this stuff. Insiders obviously giving out information, but it's got to stop. And look at this guy. Look, this is a really an all-time photo. A protester is shouting about the pros of immigration and is interrupted by an Islamic terrorist throwing a bomb and jumping over him. Now, it's not really a bomb. It's a block, a brick, or stone, or something. Not a bomb, but it makes the point, doesn't it? These people protesting about the pros of immigration, and right all around them, there's chaos going on with terrorists. These people are mental, no doubt about it. The Muslim Council of Britain warns proposed halal bans are a threat to their way of life. Someone really should create a Muslim country where Muslims can live according to Muslim rules. They could even ban Christianity and nobody would make a fuss. Oh, what's that? There are already loads of countries like that. Well, why doesn't somebody tell them? I know it's a bit of a joke, but it is a joke, isn't it? More than a joke. Meanwhile, in Guildhall, London, over the weekend, ask yourself why this needs to happen. While there are well over 2,000 mosques in the UK, it's sending a very clear message. That's why. It's out of order. Out of order. Westminster Hall. So Keir Starmer is a shame to the nation of UK. He is supporting the Islamist Nazi mullah regime by not closing the Islamic centres in the UK that are funded by the IRGC and mullah regime. He didn't side with the EU to name the IRGC a terrorist organisation. He just wants the Muslim vote. That's all it is. He is just destroying England to get another term. One more term to rack up more millions. He's got to go. And can we really wait till 2029? The British police threaten a white British man with arrest if he won't stop filming the local Muslim community terrorising the streets in support of the Iranian regime and its proxies. Muslims join the police and start pushing the man filming. Police warn him, your presence is causing a breach of the peace. What? Unfreaking believable. The UK has been completely lost to terrorists supporting Muslims. Yeah, I can't really see much going on there. It's not a very good film. Now, the Green Party will take dogs from owners to appease the Muslim bloc. See, there's another party turned Muslim to get votes. The Green Party used to be a good party, fringe, small, but a good party worried about the environment. But now they're just after Muslim votes. That's all. And Reform are the same. Farage's party, Reform, one man band party. They're just going for the Muslim vote now. They want to put a Muslim forward for the mayor of London. But the Green Party, they will make it law that you must have a license to keep a dog as a pet or face prosecution. This ban could see thousands of pets removed, maybe, and likely put down. Who are you choosing, Greens or dogs? I thought we had to have a license for dogs, but apparently that law was cancelled in 2018, or no, in 1987. That law was actually dropped, but I thought it was still going. But it wasn't really a problem, was it? But the Greens, they're doing it just for the Muslim vote. They're nothing to do with whether the license is worth having. Now, 3,000 illegals have arrived in the first 2 months of 2026, with nearly 900 arriving in the last 6 days. All being processed, coaches ready, hotels ready, and now thousands of pounds if they wish to voluntarily return. The highest amount seeking asylum is from Pakistan. 70% were refused permanent right to remain, but only 4 were returned to Pakistan in 2025. The invasion continues. And what's more, they're being offered now £40,000 to go home. So how many times do you think they'll come back to get that £40,000 to go home again? It's just crazy, absolutely crazy. Offering £40,000 to go home again, pleasing the Muslims. It's insane. We've got to do something. Now, this Muslim preacher lectures the local Muslim community on how to enforce systematic mental and physical torture against Christians and Jews, traumatize their children, force them to convert to Islam to end their unbearable suffering under Sharia law. He's preaching this. He's preaching this. It's being encouraged all across the Muslim community. Get them out. This is deeply concerning, and I wonder if the parents were aware their kids were having to take part in this. Look, UK kids forced to pray Islamic at Hawthorne Primary, and this is real. Islamisation, utter submission. British schools being forced to pray to Islam. Come on, we've got to do something. Stand up for your country. Our country's on life support. The heart of the United Kingdom is barely beating. Nothing works. Mass immigration, decay, neglect, corruption, greed, and poor governance. Our nation is fighting for its life. but it can be saved. A government that works for the people, not for itself, like the Greens, like Labour, like Reform, the Tories. They all work for themselves, manipulating the public to get votes. This is about your country, your past, your future, your family. But you have to act now because the future of our nation depends on you. Join Advance today. Advance is the only party that's working for the people. And it's getting crazier, isn't it? UK wind farms are paid, they're being paid billions to switch off and not produce energy. What? With Britain's largest wind farm paid to sit idle 71% of the time. It's called curtailment. Wind farms are built in places with no grid capacity to carry the power. Regulators then pay them for the electricity they would have generated. See, people with the companies with the money to set up wind farms are just doing it anywhere and claiming the money, even though it can't be supplied to the grid. Greed, greed, and more greed. That's what it is. It was originally meant as a short-term fix, but now it's a business model. Many companies making more money by not generating power than by selling it. Oh, so Advance UK's energy policy calculates that Miliband will leave the UK with an additional 400 billion of unnecessary net zero debt by 2029. It doesn't have to be this way. The Advance UK energy policy will reverse these acts of economic and societal vandalism on day one. Whitehall and unlock on day one in Whitehall and unlock 900 billion that would have been wasted by uniparty policies. Join Advance UK, please, because they will sort the country out. None of the other parties will. They're just in it for what they can get. The worst kept secret is out. The best performing European sovereign wealth fund, that's Norway. Norway has been stashing their oil money for decades, and they have the biggest wealth fund in Europe. Well, they're quietly, siphoning off the North Sea oil, gas, and riches at a pace. Meanwhile, the UK, the net zero Ponzi scheme, continues to siphon cash out the UK taxpayers' wallets to perpetuate their grand ideological deception. Advance UK, their policy team calculates that Miliband, I think I've said this, will leave the UK with an additional 400 billion pile of debt when they get sacked in 2029. By that time, the Norwegians would have banked the same amount at our expense. The best we can do is prepare to fix this mess. Join Advance UK. Norway's siphoning off all the, well, they're banking all the oil money while we are buying it off them because we've stopped our own drilling. We're still using the oil. There's no change there. We're still using it, but we're now buying it from Norway. How does that make sense? It's costing the country a fortune when we've got our own oil, but won't touch it. Come on, somebody wake up. Am I living in a nightmare? Is this all? So yeah, a clear voice for Wales and the United Kingdom. Advance UK. They are the number one. They have to be. I don't care who else you follow. Nobody else is as dedicated as Advance. And their name's not really getting out there. This is why I talk about them. And unlike all other parties, they have a college, which is a group of educated people working out policies, not just the leader dreaming up policies like a lot of them, trying to bring in policies that will get them the most votes. Advance is trying to do the best for England. They really are. And this college, this group of educated people that are working on policies, they can sack the leader at any time if he's out of order. No other party can do that. Not in that way. It's a good party. So I always like to end on a bit of fun. What would you like me to do for you, Master? Starmer growling for the Muslim vote. It's disgusting. Anyway, I'm glad you got this far. If you did, you're a glutton for punishment. And please give me a subscribe and like. It helps, and it doesn't cost you anything. It will never affect your life. Just hit that subscribe button for us, please. And I will see you on the next one. Okay. Bye.